Our last stop was Negombo, and we stayed at
Jetwing Sea. Yeah, Jetwing is one of the biggest hospitality chains in Sri Lanka, and they have many properties. Jetwing Sea turned out to be a very good location and an extremely old property. We only stayed there for one night. We wanted to be close to the airport because our flight was quite early, and our transportation experience in Sri Lanka was not really dependable. We had heard this ahead of time, which is why we scheduled to stay close to the airport. We had heard many tourists that were staying further away, had hired a car, the car didn't show, the car got distracted, broke down, something, and they missed their flight. So we didn't want that. We wanted to be close. This way our flight was like 15 minutes away. So we stayed in Negombo. Negombo turned out to be very interesting. The beachfront was pretty. Once again, very picturesque, but sort of featureless. It didn't really have like the nice palm trees or the thing that made it tropical. It was just like, it was a beach. Jetwing Sea was very dated. The staff was extremely friendly. The food was nice. The service was good, but our room was musty and sort of uncomfortable. Old. Yeah, it was old. There was really nothing great to say about the room, but I'd say the place had a certain charm. It did have 2 swimming pools, both of which were big and nice, and we did swim there. It was a nice experience. lot of dogs on the beach, and the dogs were adorable and friendly. It was dog beach. What we learned from the people we spoke to was that Negombo was a lot of Christian people. And we saw this. We saw, instead of, Buddhist shrines, there was a lot of shrines to Jesus or to Mary, but it was weird. It was like a cross breeding of Christianity and like almost like Buddhism. Like it wasn't like there was churches, but there was a lot of more like almost like Buddhist shrines, but instead of Buddha there was like Mary. It was like really super interesting. I had never seen anything like it. And a lot of Christian cemeteries along the main street, which I thought was interesting too. I would say throughout Sri Lanka we saw a ton of cemeteries, right? They were everywhere. Like it seemed that people were buried like in little patches everywhere. It was something I had never seen like that before. The people around Negombo were very friendly. There was a lot of little shops, places to eat, places to drink at night. It was touristy but quiet. And I think it would be a place worth spending more time. If we had a chance to go back, we'd probably spend a couple of nights there. What do you have to say about that area?
It's super convenient location. You can walk around and have a lot of restaurants right on the beach.
Hotel?
The pool was nice, and the restaurant was pretty good.
I would agree with all that.
Yeah.
We shot the sunset, played with the dogs. Some guy was out there with this really cool boat, and it turned out the guy made the boat. He made it like with his hands. It was all carved, and it was like sort of like an outrigger, giant outrigger sailboat with like a homemade sail. Super cool. I think I shot that boat like the whole time we were there, just because every time of day it was like a super cool focal point to shoot, like the sun coming up, sun going down. It was a good photography experience.
Only this beach that we saw people trying to sell stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure. We were trying to shoot pictures and video and just trying to relax, enjoy the pool, and the hawkers actually came like onto the hotel property, and we're trying to sell you just. I understand people are trying to make a living, and there wasn't a lot of people there for them to sell to, so they really, if they saw you, they just like went out of their way to target you. My advice to these people are sell something that's useful. It's hot, and maybe people might want like coconut or like maybe some pineapple,
Ice cream.
Ice cream, cool drinks. Like these things would sell, and we would love to support local people trying to make a living by selling something useful. But people are trying to sell plastic statues of like a sea captain made in China that said made in China. They were trying to sell like a big wooden boat model. Like, how are we gonna even buy this or take this with us? Like, we're on a plane going home. Like, they were just trying to sell stuff that was unsellable to anybody. I don't know what the thought was, but it made me feel sort of bad because I wanted to support it and we couldn't buy it, and they just didn't take no for an answer. So it was uncomfortable. It's like, buy my boat. Sir, I can't buy your boat. It doesn't even fit in my suitcase. Buy my boat. Buy my boat. Thank you, but no. I just want to take some pictures. Buy my boat. It's like, oh, fudge. It was awkward, and we don't like to be that people that's like, hey, F you, get out of here. That's not our style. I mean, you guys probably know us by now. We're gentle people, but it was sort of awkward. And like one guy in particular just kept trying to sell us this boat, like probably for like 45 minutes. He just followed us everywhere, like, buy my boat, buy my boat.